Two women, Claire and Grace, join a research expedition in an Australian forest, but they encounter a deadly and supposedly extinct predator that threatens their lives, forcing them to fight for survival. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Movie Coach. Today we're diving into horror, thriller film named Carnifex. This horror movie is directed by Sean Lahif. The story begins in the forests of Australia. First, we are shown a dangerous forest fire, which is a common occurrence here. Then, after the fire, there was devastation and bad conditions for the animals. But apart from all this, we are shown a glimpse of something that has probably been present in the dense forests here for centuries. But till today, man has remained unaware of it. Now our focus will be on the main characters of the story. So first, we are shown Claire. Ariani is a videographer and documentarian by profession. Just a few months ago, there was a fire in the forests here, which caused a lot of destruction. It is said that more than 100 species of animals are in danger. Along with Claire, we are shown Grace and Gregor, a geologist. Claire is also volunteering, and so is Grace. The aim of both is to help animals. Grace believed that if we could save even one race from extinction, it would be a great thing. In the beginning, Grace was giving only this information. She also told about many types of animals. After some time, a boy named Ben comes there. He was also doing his research on animals. These three were going to meet in the forest for a few days, and that was too far away. They had equipment with which they could find out a lot about which species were in danger. Before leaving, Claire tells both of them that she knows this work is not so fun. If you both feel bored anywhere, then let me know and we will do something else. Ben and Grace already knew each other. Claire was not there. He didn't know much about Ben, about Grace, or about her. It was only this work that brought me together. He had already obtained permission for this research. Before leaving, Claire also meets the park ranger here and answers some questions from him, and the ranger's name, Meta Mel, says that we have to face some trouble every day. Sometimes fire breaks out here, and sometimes illegal hunting happens. There is also a danger of predatory animals here. He tells Claire that people like you also come here and keep troubling us. He says all this jokingly. Therefore, Claire does not feel bad about this with him. Let's start our journey now. There was a path for the cart in the forest. There is no network in the jungle. This line will have only one radio to contact. If any problems occur, these people will be able to contact only the park ranger and maid. Now it will be the responsibility of the maid to protect these people, because anything can happen in the jungle. While walking, these three have some conversation. Everyone has their own purpose. The purpose of Grace's coming was to save some vials. When Claire heard about this devastation on TV, she wanted to do something good for the welfare of these innocent animals. The purpose of Ben's coming was something else. He says that there are many animals that have not been discovered yet. I wish to discover this topic. Give him my name. Ben and Grace knew a lot about animals, so Claire was interviewing them every now and then. To keep an eye on animals, Grace and Ben install some advanced cameras on trees, which detect body heat. These people were going to spend the night in this forest. They set the canes in one place. Now the scene is shot from here. A hunter hunts a deer at night. He also had a dog. The lion started biting his prey with pleasure, but after some time, he heard a strange sound. This man was well aware of this forest. He seemed unaware of the sound, so he started looking around with his gun. Meanwhile, his dog also disappears somewhere. Within no time, this hunter becomes someone else's prey. Whatever that thing was, it pulled this man, and the scene cuts here. On the other hand, we get Claire, Grace, and Ben, who were studying animals that came out at night for sensors. For a moment, Claire catches a glimpse of an animal in a tall tree, but Ben and Grace are unable to identify it. The gardeners generally meet animals like koalas, posas, and peacock birds. After this, they lit a fire, sat there, and started talking. A story from Claire's zoo tells me that I also saw how these animals have feelings. It's just too late to understand them. Due to the growing pickles of some animals in the zoo, Claire also changed her mind and decided to come here. These people set up 3 tents. Grace and Bane were fine, but the animal noises were scaring Claire, so she comes to Grace's tent. The night passed, and in the morning these people checked those cameras, which they had installed only last night. When they check the sun, they do not find anything special. So they decide to go further into the forest. A cut tree also comes on the way, but the sisters had made all their preparations, so they cut it down with the help of buffaloes. As these people were moving forward, the man was feeling a strange fear. Then, a month ago, these people installed some cameras. The footage from the cameras shows Ben and Grace taking him. Something attacks when asked. The picture of whatever attacked him was not clear. This becomes a matter of concern for them because there is no big predatory animal in the forests here that can hunt the camera, at least not in this area of the forest. Congress advises that we should tell the ranger about this. Sister says that maybe some human has done the hunting. These three also go near the tree where this camera was fitted, where the animal was attacked. The hunting was done from above. This happens very rarely. Well, Bane was forced to call Ranger Mel. Bull sends me his location and also informs me that we have found some evidence of a predatory animal. Actually, I did not want to end this trip so soon. The three rangers who set out to save them find some more evidence. They found some nail marks on a tree that did not match any animal in their records. If Bane's statement is true that the victim must have been hunted by a human being, then he must be a mad person who jumped from such a height. It is not possible that his back would also have been broken. This was not the work of any human being. Now they were faced with some unknown animal or something else. That's why these people do not leave that area, but instead keep all their cameras there. It was about to be evening. Ranger Maid finds the car of the same hunter on the way who was killed by something last night. He stops there and takes stock of the surroundings. He could not find the owner of the vehicle anywhere, but when he saw blood, he started getting suspicious. After going a little further, there were drag marks in front of a tree. The mate was standing there when he saw the hunter's dog, who was very nervous. While taking the hunter's gun lying on the ground, something also attacks him. He also drags her there. I told Terry, Claire, and Grace that, according to records, there were some animals that had become extinct 5,000 years ago. Listen to the exploits of these predatory animals. They were almost as big as humans. It always attacked its prey from a height. Due to this, the prey would immediately become unconscious or die. The more beloved animals would cut their throats, which they would take back to the tree and eat. Claire was definitely feeling scared by these things, but Grace started laughing because she was considering it a fabricated story. Ben explains that there were many animals that we thought were extinct, but we still found their species, and Grace says that it must have been hundreds of years ago. But the animals you are talking about have already become extinct thousands of years ago. Ben says that it is possible that due to Isaac's repeated attacks, their ecosystem was affected and they changed their area. The only way to know the truth was for these people to search for it. At night, these people started watching the surrounding area. There was something in the bushes. These people started looking carefully, but a goat comes out of there. They started making fun of each other. Then that goat gets attacked. These people started looking in that direction. This was probably the same animal that Ben had mentioned. He broke the neck of that goat and was taking it back to the tree. Ben and Grace were surprised. He had discovered a species that, according to the world, had become extinct. They didn't want proof yet and started recording photos of that thing, but they are animals living in the dark, so they don't get much satisfaction from a normal camera. Claire quickly takes her drone and tries to record it, but the animal runs away. Ben follows him. Clara remains there. She too is alone, and Grace also follows Ben. Just then, my sister heard Grace's voice. As he runs towards her, Grace falls into a pit. His leg was also injured. Ben quickly started looking for something so he could get it out. But that animal had already made Ben its target. Before he can pull Grace out, the animal jumps on her and carries her to a tree. Grace saw all this. He continues to be a frightened sheep in that cut. After some time, the animal came to take her too, but Grace was hiding under a tree. He may injure Grace, but he could not hit because the horn started blowing. In fact, Claire was left alone there. She was very scared, so she started running. From Bagdev, she reached the hunter's car. He got that dog too. She remained hidden there for some time. He honked for help, and the animal was attracted to the sound and released Grace. Grace somehow got out of that car. There was an old cabin nearby. She gets involved in it. When Claire was hiding in the car, she felt that the animal was still around. Then she doesn't get out of the car. Waits. The sister regains consciousness. He falls on a tree, and that too is in an injured condition. He tries to get down but falls and breaks his leg. He remained lying there. Hearing the horn, the predatory animal once again attacks the bird, this time killing it. When Claire begins to realize that perhaps he is gone, she walks out. Grace was in the cabin. That animal now started breaking the roof of the cabin, so Grace had to run away from there. Grace and Claire found each other. They had to find Ben, but it was clear that he had been killed. Both decide to leave by car. They also sit in the car, but in a state of panic, they start going deeper into the forest. Then there was a road in front of them where the car could not move. These people took the rope, but the rope broke. Claire falls into a ditch along with the car. That animal came to kill him, but with the help of a flashlight, she started trying to scare him. Grace had found the gun. Claire's flashlight didn't work for long, and the animal started dragging her away. But then Grace arrives to help. He fires the shot that causes the beast to release Claire. but he was about to attack again. There was only one bullet. Grace shoots, but not the animal. Then, in the end, the animal ran away from there. Throughout the morning, we see both of them supporting each other and trying to get out of this forest. If they cannot leave before nightfall, they will also be killed. Ben Matt is like the male hunter right here in this movie. Has given. Friends, this is an Australian novel film called Carnifex, which was released in 2002. It is good for those who like survival and adventure toys. If you like the video, then please like it. If you are new to the channel, then do not forget to subscribe.